In this video, we're going to dive into our 3 high safety defensive scheme. Now, it is one of the most versatile defenses I have used all year, and it excels at stopping those high-powered passing attacks. Because we are starting with 3 high safeties on every play, we can bring an absolutely insane mix of coverages. We can throw match defenses at them. We have some really good man defenses and a ton of really good zones. Then I also found some super effective blitzes that you can mix in off these coverage options. Now we're going to be breaking down both of the 3 safety formations in this video with 3 high and 3 high odd. This defense is part of a larger scheme I'm developing designed to provide an off-meta approach with a focus on speed and adaptability at every level of our defense. The entire scheme will be run out of the 3-3-5 playbook in College Football 25, and if you're playing cut, you'll be able to run this scheme out of all of these playbooks. The goal of this full scheme is to create a defense that combines unique and aggressive pressure looks with diverse coverage options, forcing offenses to constantly adjust. Between the 3 schemes in this defense, we want to utilize speed across all levels of the defense, generate unpredictable and highly effective pressure from creative blitz designs, and incorporate strong adaptable coverages to confuse and contain opposing offenses. This scheme is broken down into 3 distinct defensive looks. First, we have our stack defense. This is going to be run out of the nickel 3-3-5 stack and nickel 3-3 stack formations. Then we have our 3 high safety defense, a dynamic setup utilizing 3-3 high and 3-3 high odd formations where we're always going to have 3 deep safeties. Then we have our dime 2-3 odd defense, a hybrid look providing incredible pressure, and this is all going to be about mugging the gaps and confusing the offensive line. Since all these defenses can be found out of the 3-3-5 playbook, they can be seamlessly combined into one cohesive and dominant defensive scheme, and I will link the playlist for the whole scheme down below. Now, before we jump into today's breakdown, here's the lineup that I will be using for this defense. Now, the first formation we're going to be running is 3 high, and this will give us 3 down linemen, 3 off-ball linebackers, then 5 DBs with 2 corners and 3 deep safeties. To start each play, our 2 outside linebackers will line up outside of the DNs. This will be our base look, but then we are going to be shifting our linebackers on certain plays to help them get in better on our blitzes. One of the shifts we will do is to spread our linebackers. This will bring both of our outside linebackers down outside our DNs and create a 5-man front. This can give us some really good blitzes with these backers firing in off the edge. In this formation, we just have an incredible mix of ways to bring pressure that includes 0-man blitzes with man coverage behind them, multiple zone blitzes out of both cover 3 and cover 2 shells, and then a super unique man and zone hybrid coverage that we are bringing to the table. Now, the first blitz we're looking at is Saw Blitz 1. This is a 0-man blitz designed to bring a ton of pressure, and we can often get multiple free rushers in on the QB, and this is meant to speed up the quarterback as fast as possible to either get sacks or to force him to make some bad reads where he'll throw the ball into coverage and where we can make plays on it. Now, to set this up, you want to look at the play art of your defense when you get to the line, and whichever way your middle D tackle is slanting, you want to shift your linebackers to that same side. So if he's slanting to the left A gap, then shift your linebackers to the left. Then you just want to blitz all linebackers and use the high safety who is in zone. Now, this blitz is built to bring a ton of pressure. We're going to have our 3 linebackers coming from depth, looping in on the QB, and with all of them coming at different angles around the offensive line, it becomes super tough to block up. Then even when the offense blocks a running back, one of these linebackers is still going to come in free most of the time. On this play, you want to use the high safety who's in zone coverage, and you have whichever player is uncovered in man. And if they stay in a block, then you're just free to patrol over the middle of the field and help on whatever comes open. And if your player leaves on a route, then you just want to lock him down in man coverage. Next up, we have Saw Blitz 3, and this is a cover 3 shell blitz. This blitz is so effective because we will get an unblocked edge rusher who will be able to fire off the edge and get incredibly fast pressure in on the QB. Then because we're only rushing 5 on this play and we still have 6 on the back end in coverage, so we are really going to have a super solid pass defense. So to set this up, you want to spread your linebackers, then you want to look at what way your D tackle is slanting. So if he is going left, bring your middle linebacker to the right of him. Then you want to slant your D line out and QB contain, and that is the setup. Now, the key to this play is the unblocked edge heat we can get. If they send everyone out on routes, this player will come in free basically every time and get a hit on the QB before he can even hit the back of his drop. Then if they do block their running back, we're still going to have really good coverage on the back end because we have this cover 3 look, which provides solid coverage against deep passes while keeping defenders in the flat to help against quick throws. As the user, your role is to cover the middle of the field, looking for any quick hot throws that the quarterback may be trying to make when under pressure. Then Then for our coverage in this formation, we have 3 double cloud. Now on this play, we're actually going to take our 2 outside linebackers and we're going to man them up with any 2 players on the offense. Now this gives us a combo coverage with these players in man coverage and then the rest of our defenders in zone. To set this up, you want to just man up these 2 outside linebackers. Usually it'll be the 2 slot receivers that will man up if it's a 2x2 look, but it can also be a tight end or even a running back. Really, you're just looking to man up whoever you think will be the most dangerous player. And if they're having a 3x1 set, you can man up the middle linebacker and the outside linebacker up on the 2 slots on the trip side, and then you just want to user the backside solo linebacker who's still in zone. So now these players in man coverage are great to lock up a ton of routes like seams up the field. They can also man up corner routes and help lock them down. Then also crossers going from one side of the field to the other, they can take these and shut them down. Then for the rest of the coverage, we have our 3 deep safeties over the top taking away deep shots. We have our 2 flat defenders with our outside cornerbacks locking down those. Then our other linebacker will be in zone, and this is the player we want to use, and we just want to lock down the whole middle of the field and help on anyone we see come free. So the best part of this play is because it is a combo coverage mixed between zone and man, we're going to get a ton of double teams at the catch point, and we can just really shut down a lot of these high-powered passing attacks. Then if you want to take your college football 25 game to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, we have part 2 of this 3 high scheme where I break down a ton more for this defense with some great zone and man blitzes and some more coverage variations you can throw at your opponent to lock down passing attacks. Then there is a ton more coming on the site for this 3-3-5 defensive scheme that will make it one of the best defenses you will use all year. Then I also have a ton of offensive stuff on the site as well, like my dual threat QB offense where I break down 6 of the greatest running QBs of all time and how you can use them to their full potential in both Madden and college football 25. Then I also have my spread to run offense where I break down 3 of the best college football offenses ever, and I have a full defense on the site with my Nick Saban defensive scheme that will work for both Madden and college football 25, along with a Belichick career defensive scheme for Madden 25. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all my Madden 25 and college football 25 content for one price. And for this site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also going to be running my 335 defensive sale on the site, and this will run until February 1st. Use code 335 at checkout to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. The next formation we're going to be running is 3 high odd. This once again gives us 3 down linemen, 3 off-ball linebackers, and then 5 DBs. But the difference with this 3 high formation as opposed to the other one is the alignment of how our linebackers line up, and they tend to just be in more staggered starting position. But then because we have all of these linebackers and defensive backs on the field, we can get super creative with our blitz packages where we're bringing a ton of different looks with speed from the second level. Then for our coverages in this formation, we want to utilize a heavy dose of match coverage, which does an amazing job against a ton of the best passing offenses in the game. And then we also have some really good man and zone coverages that we can mix in out of this 3 high odd formation. Now, the first blitz we have in this formation is Slant Blitz 3. This is an incredible zone blitz that generates a ton of edge pressure. Then it is a cover 3 shell blitz, meaning we're going to have a cover 3 zone behind our pressure look. Now, this blitz is incredibly easy to set up. All you want to do is you want to user the 3 receiver hook and bring him down 1 to 2 steps, and he's going to be your user on this play, and that is the whole setup. This blitz brings incredibly fast pressure from your looping linebacker who will come in unblocked most of the time. He's going to loop in behind the D line, and the offensive tackle will shift out to take the other blitzing linebacker, and this will allow him to get a ton of free pressure on the QB. Then we're also going to have our D end crashing inside super hard, and a good amount of the time he will slant inside. When he slants inside, he'll be too quick for the O-line and can just get super fast pressure right in the QB's face. For coverage, as a user, you have the whole middle of the field to patrol. You want to pick up any hot routes that you see over the middle. Then you can also shade up or down depending on whether you want to play hard flats or curl flats, and this is just dependent on how your opponent has been attacking you or the game situation. Next up, we have Slant Blitz 2. This is a cover 2 6-man blitz that is designed to get incredible amount of fast pressure on the quarterback. We're going to be bringing all 3 of our linebackers, and they'll be coming in from some really good blitz angles, allowing us to get a ton of unblocked rushers free in on the quarterback. To set this up, first you want to blitz all linebackers, then you want to take this high safety who is in a vert hook and bring him down into the box on the opposite side of the 2 blitzing linebackers and line up 2 to 3 yards behind the D-line. Now, this blitz is great when you want to bring an all-out pressure look where you want to guarantee you're going to get at least someone free in at the quarterback. Now, even if they block the running back on this play, you're still going to get one of your blitzers in unblocked. Then for the coverage on this play, it's a cover 2 shell, so we're going to have our 2 deep safeties playing over the top. Then we're going to have our 2 corners in the flats locking those down. Then it's just you in the middle of the field with your user, so you do need to cover a lot of ground, and you're just looking to help pick up anything that you see break free. Then we're going to be breaking down our run defense, and this is going to be run out of either cover 4 quarters or palms in this formation. Now, this is a great run D because we're going to have 5 across the line, and this helps really shut down and spill out a lot of these outside runs. And then these 5 across really let us absorb the blocks up front, which can let our linebackers and safeties be free to flow to the football and make plays in the run game. Now, to set this up, you want to spread your linebackers once you get to the line of scrimmage, and that's what's going to walk them down beside the D line. Then you want to blitz your middle linebacker. Then you want to shade down on your coverage and put hard flats on the field. Then lastly, you want to use the middle safety who's in a 3 receiver hook. Now, one of the great things with this run D is because we're blitzing our middle linebacker, he's going to fire up the A gap right away, and he'll be unblocked on a ton of these carries up the middle, and he can absolutely blow some of these runs up. Then for our 2 safeties in cover 4, they are going to be in run fits, so they're going to react to runs right away and can help fill any carries that go to the outside and just make this a really tough run defense overall. Then for the coverage on this play, if they do decide to pass, because we shaded down, our coverage is now cover 4 drop instead of match, so it's just going to be normal zone coverage across the board, and we're going to have our 2 linebackers in the flats, then our 4 deep players over the top in coverage, and then we are going to be user the 3 receiver hook, and we just have the whole middle of the field. Then for our coverage at a 3 high odd, we're looking at cover 4 quarters or palms. These are some of the best coverages in the game due to their adaptability and versatility in handling a ton of different offensive looks. They are match coverages, meaning that defenders react to the offensive routes in real time, which allows them to adapt to whatever the offense throws our way. These are my favorite base coverages to use in college football 25 because they allow defenders to dynamically adjust based on route combos and offensive formations. Now, match coverage lets you cover deep effectively while also putting our safeties in run fits. This provides a balanced defense that's strong against both the run and the pass, making it versatile for almost any game situation. Now, on these plays, I'll either use one of the 2 high safeties or the 3 receiver hook. And once you understand the rules of the coverage, you can make some big plays playing on the back end, and you can take away routes that typically give match coverage trouble. One adjustment I do make sometimes in this formation specifically is to blitz the middle linebacker who's in a spy. This gives us 4 rushers and makes it so we can get more pressure on the quarterback. Now, I'm not going to go over all the rules of quarters and palms coverage here, but if you don't know exactly how they work, I have an advanced breakdown for both these defenses, and I will link them both down in the description if you want to take your understanding of these coverages to the next level. Now, this 3 high defense is one of my favorite I have used all year. But don't forget, I have part 2 for this 3 high scheme live on Scheme Kings right now, and then a ton more videos on the site for both Madden and college football. But then if you want an amazing offense that you can pair with this defense that is going to be absolutely incredible to both pass and run the football, then check out my Tennessee Volunteers veer and shoot offense, and you can watch that right here.